we all live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. I'm Murat, your host for today, and we have a special guest from searches.com, and I will invite Tansu in a few minutes later. Well, what we're gonna do today, we will walk through Apple Search strategies for subscription apps, and also we'll learn useful insights and tips like how to choose money-making keywords, how to create a campaign infrastructure for search ads and for your app. And first of all, I want to introduce you to Adapty. Adapty is an all-in-one solution for mobile apps, and you can implement it easily and start analyzing your subscriptions. And also, you can manage your paywall remotely without app releases. You can run paywall A/B tests to increase your conversion rates. And also, we have so many integrations with attribution and analytic tools. And yeah, implemented Adapty SDK and increase your revenue in a couple of months. And also, we have a community on Discord. I wrote the link on chat. We are waiting for you there. And well, let's invite Tansu here then. Hey, Tansu,
Hey,
how are you
Murat.
doing?
All good, all good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, and thanks for coming here for today and for your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for inviting.
Yeah, and we are ready to hear your insights, and let's get started then. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, then.
So hi again, everyone. So let me introduce myself first. This is Tansu from Mobile Action. I started as Apple Search's client partner, and now I transitioned into product and insight marketing manager at Mobile Action. And let me introduce you the Mobile Action and searches.com and what we do there. So Mobile Action founded and released in 2013, and then in 2015 we launched App Intelligence and ASO Intelligence suites. And in 2018 we became a full stack app store insight suite with the launches of Market and AdIntel. And the early 2019, Searches.com launched, and early 2020, we became the official Apple Searches partner. You can see the clients that we work and help with here. And let me walk through the agenda for today. So today we will be discussing the ASO and Apple Searches synergy. We will be briefly mentioning about the leveraging seasonality and how you can get the most out of custom product pages and the Apple's new ad placements to that app. So let's start. So why talk about Apple Search Ads? So let's start with some statistics. So per Apple Search Ads official data, over 600 million people go every week to App Store to discover and download apps. And 70% of the App Store visitors use search to find apps. So most importantly, almost 65% of the downloads happen right after the first search. Only this metric is enough to call the App Store the platform with the highest number of high-intent users. And most importantly, the average conversion rate for the search result ads is more than 50% according to Apple. According to AppsFlyer and their recent report about Apple Search Ads, so Apple Search Ads has been the fastest growing ad network in 2022, and Apple Search Ads, which functions independently of SKAd network, gained the most ground, tripling its market share since the first half of the 2020 and taking over as the #1 media source in the iOS rankings. So what does that mean for your subscription app? It means you should definitely run Apple Search Ads to accelerate your iOS user acquisition. But how you can do that? And the answer is you can leverage ASO and Apple Search Ads synergy. You can definitely take advantage of custom product pages, seasonality, and localization. So let's start with leveraging ASO and Apple Search Ads synergy. We have been talking about this at Mobile Actions on webinars, blog posts, on client calls, and literally everywhere. So App Store optimization and Apple searches go hand in hand. So when we check these two examples from two different finance apps that are using searches.com, they are in the same genre and they are bidding for the similar keywords. However, while one of them is getting results from the keyword money management, the other app can't spend for the exact same keyword, even though its bid is more than the first one. So the first app has about higher spending and organic ranking for the money management keyword with the lower bids compared to the other app. So we see that these apps' organic ranking for the money management keyword is 24. However, in the second app, we are seeing the little spending for the money management keyword, which means this app is not able to scale for money management keyword, even though the keyword is quite related to the app. And this app doesn't have any organic ranking for this keyword when we compare the first one. So when we check the reason behind this, we realize that the first app that has spending on the money management keyword with lower bids use this keyword in its app metadata, while the other app doesn't use it at all. So it's important to include the high intent and related keywords into your metadata so that you can scale faster in Apple searches. And this is a great example that we see how ASO and Apple searches can accelerate each other together. So another example is one of our clients actually managed to get listed from less than 400 keywords to more than 2,000 keywords in less than 3 months. And what can be done at this point is, if you realize some keywords that are very closely related to your app's feature but barely have to spend, try to use these keywords in your metadata in your next ASO update. So this will definitely increase your app's relevancy to these keywords and also their close variants, and you will finally be able to increase your performance on them. So let's jump into custom product pages. We know that users want personalized experiences. And especially in 2023, with the increasing importance of the brand awareness and social branding, user definitely wants more personalized experience in this year on mobile. So 71% of consumers, according to a recent McKinsey article, they definitely want to see personalized ads. And as we will see today, this is what custom product pages are doing and serving at the moment. So let's check the apps that lead the top charts in different categories. As you can see, we have 3 different categories, actually 4 different categories here if we include the breakdowns of the games genre. So 60% of these apps are currently running Apple search ads. And you may say, what does that have to do with custom product pages? But the answer is custom product pages adoption rate among those apps for some categories are very, very high. For example, we have 80% for casino apps, 40% for entertainment apps, and 40% for category and design apps. So as you can see, top brands have already been leveraging custom product pages to accelerate their Apple searches efforts. So your app might have multiple use cases, just like the garden example shown here. So garden is relevant to garden tips and plant delivery keywords. And for both keywords, you can show different custom product pages, different messaging, and different screenshot sets for improving your targeting. In the pre-custom product pages era, you had limited flexibility, and you had to use the same product page for all your traffic. At this point, product pages can be thought as the App Store version of the landing pages, but they are not visible in organic part. So the end user needs to have iOS 15.2 or more up-to-date version on their phone to view custom product pages. Also, you can create up to 35 different custom product pages, and you can use them in different networks too. What does that mean? That means that you will have more relevancy, you will have better user ad and brand experience, and eventually you will have higher conversion rates with the custom product pages. So if you are still not convinced, there is another reason why you should rethink, and that's Today Tap, the newest ad placement of Apple. So Today Tap is the very first screen when you open the App Store, and millions of people see this page when they first open the App Store. So Today Tap Ads was released by the end of October 2022 to help apps to increase their brand awareness and boost their visibility through App Store. And for running Today Tap ads, custom product pages are not that nice to have; it's a must. So if you would like to run Today Tap ad, you must have a custom product page to serve in the Today Tap. So the good thing is Today Tap cost work in a cost per tap version. So you get tons of impressions, but you only pay per tap. And of course, I'm not even talking about the benefits of these two other ad placements. You can get the most out of multi-placement advertising strategy by just leveraging Today Taps. And one of the best examples of the Today Tap ads is from Getir. So they are running a Today Tap ad in the New Zealand storefront, this one that you see in the screen. And the video shows the viewer the UI and UX and how to use the app itself. And the screenshots underline the brand identity and the app's primary feature, which is grocery. So this is a great example how you can maybe leverage your Today Tap ads. And some best practices to run Today Taps. There are multiple use case apps, so you can show the different version and different use cases, different features of your app, and you can leverage and maximize seasonality with custom product pages. You can localize your marketing efforts, and you can create dedicated customized product page for your competitor campaigns. So let's check some examples. For example, this is from Flow. Flow is a period tracker application, so the default page is about tracking your period and menstrual health, but they also offer pregnancy features where you can track your baby's development. And how do we know that? Because they have custom product pages, they were able to match the search intent with the right product page and eventually convert more high intent users. Also, you can direct your returning users to a custom product page with a focus on new app features with your competitor campaign. I particularly like the use cases here for subscription apps because they tend to have a multiple use case and commoditized apps. So let's take a look at what Amazon Music is doing here. Even though they are using the same visuals in the screenshots, messaging is different for the Spotify keyword, trying to underline the no subscription required and millions of podcasts. And not particularly a subscription example, but one of our best examples. Take a look at what's Opera doing. So it's humorous, it's direct, and pretty much used to what we see in the web world. And you could act with a similar mindset as well while creating your custom product pages. So let's continue with seasonality. So certain search terms gain traction at certain times of the year, and App Store optimization is one of the most useful and important tools in your seasonal marketing plan to seize on such opportunities. So this is something we call seasonality in app marketing. And for example, on Valentine's Day, which was one of the recent seasonality that we had, the mobile industry was getting ready for some romance. So for example, the flower delivery and gift apps typically became popular during this period. And let's check some insights that we catch during Valentine's Day. So when we look at the 4-year popularity scores of the Valentine's Day, flowers, flower delivery, and roses keywords, we see that their popularity increases during Valentine's Day time, which trended again this year. And the folks from 1,800 Flowers app were ready for Valentine's Day by adjusting the trends to their ASO, as you can see here. So all of these are the impacts of seasonality, and And this app just like get the most out of the Valentine's Day by adjusting its ISO to just catch with the seasonal trends. But what do we mean by seasonality here? So when thinking about seasons, it's easy to simply look at it from the narrow perspective of the seasons of the year and holidays. But please try to think outside of the box here. A better definition of seasonality in the App Store is time-based changes to the way users make decisions based on external events, such as holidays, global events, and internal events, such as new content, seasons, and in-app events, as to whether to proceed with your app and game. Sure, not every app benefits from a seasonal marketing campaign. Depending on your app's category, audience, and location, your mobile app marketing campaign efforts may be better spent elsewhere entirely. Also, not every special day or event may not be applicable to your app, but chances are likely that your app could benefit from seasonality. The tips that we share here could be applicable to any special day or special event or season based on your app category or location. So if your app category allows you to do so, you could easily try them in upcoming days as special days and events such as, for example, Easter, Ramadan, International Women's Day, and we will try to provide some actionable insights and strategies for you to just copy and paste and take the most out of the seasonality. So let's talk about the effects of seasonality here. So in the seasonal times, user behavior tends to change based on the current season in App Store and just like in any other market. As previously mentioned, different keywords may gain popularity based on the seasons. And leveraging seasonality with unique creatives, in-app experiences, and in-app event cards can boost your mobile app's conversion rates. Also, it can improve the retention rate of current users as well, and it may attract the returning users too. So before I move forward with the technical part, I would like to share my first tip, and it's you got to plan ahead. The best way of getting ahead is to plan ahead. So start by preparing a calendar. So for instance, if you are marketing a dating app, chances are you don't want to miss out on Valentine's Day, right? Or your app might be related to sports, and in this case, Super Bowl, Olympics, or FIFA World Cup could be a perfect fit for your app. But you need to take you need to look closely at your target market's calendars and definitely check out the special events each quarter. So, for example, it was Lunar New Year around 2 weeks ago, and you could have utilized that if you're targeting the Asian market, right? And careful planning will help you to prepare your app for holidays in different regions. However, this is not something that you can apply to your app marketing strategy in a couple of days. So if you include the planning, research, and design process, you need to start working at least 1 month before the special day or event to launch a proper, seasonal impact in your app. And to leverage seasonality, you need to monitor the keyword performances closely. So if you don't know which keyword performs how in which season, you can succeed in seasonal app marketing. So you should be ahead of the keyword trends and see which keywords are getting popular during some seasons and which keywords are out of the date, etc. So this is very important to get the most out of seasonality. So for instance, for Valentine's Day, love can be the first keyword you think of. However, according to our keyword trends feature, which shows that its search score stands still over the course of the year. On the other hand, the search score of Valentine's Day skyrocketed from 5 to 53 as well, before Valentine's Day approaches. Another example is from the in-app event tracker from our tool. So using Mobile Actions in-app event tracker tool, we came up with some great examples. So let's take a look at Bumble's Valentine's Day in-app event. So they are giving out a spotlight credit at a discount for its users, so that they could be seen by more daters and maybe their next Valentine. So it's quite smart, isn't it? And look at what Pandora and TikTok did. To ensure that users are aware of these events, they can be promoted the app's listing page and through notifications. And additionally, promotional text can be used to increase conversions as well. Not particularly an Apple Sorted example, but your subscription app could really use in-app events while leveraging seasonality. Also, it's crucial to make the most of app icons, as they are the first thing when a user look at your app and decide to maybe download or search. So it can also improve your retention as your past users might want to reinstall your app too. So to prepare for the holiday season, one should first make small adjustment to the app icon, such as fitting it into the holiday theme, like just Coin Master did in Christmas. So they basically make a small change in their icon. They just add some snowflakes on the background and put a hat on the icon. So that was a great example how we can leverage seasonality during Christmas in your app icon and etc. So it's important to note that when we're making changes to the app icon, all other assets should also be updated to maintain the integrity of the product page and prevent negative effects on the App Store optimization. Here we see how NBC Sports updated its description and added Super Bowl. So the next step is to utilize screenshots and video previews to showcase how the app has been adjusted to the special theme. And look at what Canva did back in 2021 for International Women's Day. So on March 8th, another great example that you can use for your app if it's applicable to your app. So for sure, what Canva did here is basically the easiest and simplest way to implement seasonality or special events in your screenshots. But you can also use your creativity and create a whole new screenshot sets and create seamless look and feel for your users. And here is the Invitation Maker Studio's Christmas theme custom product pages. So such creatives are much more attention-grabbing when you compare them to the regular ones during the Christmas season. So we already underlined the importance of the custom product pages in this talk, and custom product pages are so versatile that you can use them while leveraging seasonality as well. So they can be a great tool to help your seasonal organic or paid efforts. So you should definitely take advantage of the custom product pages during the seasonal events. And finally, localization. So localize your marketing efforts. As the global app market becomes increasingly competitive, it's crucial to adapt your app's marketing strategy to suit the local characteristics of different regions. So this is particularly important when it comes to the App Store optimization as well. Localizing your app can greatly improve its download numbers and rankings. So while the process of localization can seem daunting, the benefits are well worth the localization efforts. So I just would like to remind that it's always good to keep the following factors in mind while implementing localization strategies. So some seasons and special events are not the same around the world. Please keep in mind that not all seasons are alike around the globe. For example, weather is an important factor to consider while implementing localization strategies. For example, while US is enjoying summer, it's winter time in Australia. So the seasonal screenshot copy or design you prepare for the US will not work in Australia's storefront. Actually, it can lower your conversion rates because your store listing will not seem relevant to Australian users at that point in time. So the majority of the countries celebrate New Year's Eve on December 31st, but for example, Asian countries celebrate Lunar New Year. And another thing is Christmas. So Christmas assets won't bring high conversion in a Muslim country because the holiday won't apply to them. The same holiday or special days could be celebrated differently in different countries and regions. And each country has a back to school season, but the dates differ in each country. So let's show you some examples and cases. So what we see here in the CSR2 case, there are many Spanish-speaking users in the US, as you know, and this is exactly the reason why CSR2 targets paid keywords and addresses the sub-segment in their Apple Search Ads campaigns for the United States. So CSR2 gets the most impression share for these paid keywords. And these are the high intent paid keywords as they target a specific user base. So CSR2 as the top search results will probably convert these users at a high rate. So why limit the impact of this by showing the creatives in English? So instead, CSR2 can address its Spanish-speaking audience in the US with these creatives. How did they do that? So again, they leveraged custom product pages, created a set in Spanish, and matched it with the ad group that they are bidding on Spanish keywords on Apple Search Ads. And they just, did a really good job on targeting the different users with the, high intent product pages and keywords. And the last example comes from Babel, an education app. And this is a bit meta, but we like the minimalist approach here with the small fixes here and there. And they managed to create custom product page sites that target the people who wants to learn Spanish and German in these examples. So they are using Spanish for the Spanish audience, and they're using German keywords for the German audience in the creative sets. And this is another, great example about how you can leverage custom product pages in localization and seasonal times. So lastly, I would like to mention about our two products that supports the custom product page. The first one is our industry's first CPP intelligence, where you can see your competitors' custom product page strategies, their paid keyword teams, and also the impression share that they get from specific custom product pages with the country filtering. So this is a great tool that saves you very much time, and that just makes you market research in less than a couple of minutes rather than spending so much time on them. And the other thing is our CPP support service. So we basically support our clients and basically anyone who wants to work with us with the creative optimization. So we are optimizing their creatives. We are just creating a new set of screenshots to boost their CPP and ASO efforts as well. If you would like to get more information, you can just contact our team of industry experts to manage your paid keywords and custom product pages. And also you can, try our custom product page support service. So to sum up, with a holistic approach, try to leverage ASO and ASA synergy, custom product pages, seasonality, and localization to just, watch your subscription apps to take off. And let us know if you need any help during the process.
Yep. Thanks, Nancy. Thanks a lot for your useful insights. And also, I took my notes about custom product pages. And let's check if we have any questions on chat.
Mm-hmm.
We can wait for a minute. And first of all, I want to ask you some community questions. First one, is it a nice idea to create a campaign for the same countries?
Mm-hmm. So this is a very good question. Actually, the multiple storefront option while creating campaigns is not something that we recommend to our clients because, each country, as we mentioned during the presentation, each country has different features, different characteristics and user behavior Therefore, we cannot use the same set of keywords to target, like everybody in different countries. That's why we don't recommend putting multiple storefronts while creating campaigns. So it's better to structure unique campaigns for each storefront separately.
Thank you. And the second question is, how can we find long tail keywords for Apple Search Ads campaigns?
Mm-hmm. So to expand your keyword pool and like increase your ASO efforts with the help of Apple Search Ads, you should definitely add new and relevant keywords to your campaigns and expand the keyword pool as much as possible to increase the traffic and target the high intent users. So this is of course quite manual work, and you need to someone to dedicated to doing keyword researches, finding the keyword, adding your campaigns, etc. But with mobile action, we are providing under the ASO intelligence, we are providing quite different tools to find high intent keywords. For example, we have Keyword Explorer where you can see your paid and organic competitors for specific keywords. We have Keyword Gap where you can see organically ranked keyword of your competitors, the mutual keywords that you rank, or unique keywords that you rank when you compare to your competitors. We have keyword research option where you can add your competitors, track their keywords, and you can find a lot of new keywords for your campaigns. On the other hand, we support this keyword research process with searchads.com as well. On searchads.com, we have different smart tools. For example, Keyword Advisor is one of them. So Keyword Advisor is a tool which is AI powered, and this tool just find the high intent keywords that you are not running in your Apple Search Ads campaigns, but your competitors do. So by running Keyword Advisor in less than a minute, basically you will have high intent keywords that cover the market and the category. So you can add them your Apple Search Ads campaigns to get the most out of it. So to sum up, you should use an intelligence tool to make long tail high intent keywords, and mobile action and Apple Search Ads provides a lot of options for that.
Thanks. And my last question is, what's the ideal campaign structure in Apple Search Ads?
Mm-hmm. So the ideal campaign structure that us as Apple Searchads.com and also Apple Search Ads that Apple Search Ads recommends is having a clear 4 different campaign types, which are brand, competitor, generic, and discovery campaigns, and using the right match types under those campaigns. So, for example, you should use exact match type under brand, competitor, and generic campaigns, and you can utilize broad match or search match campaigns under broad discovery campaigns. So this is the ideal and recommended structure by Apple and also by us. You should definitely have separate campaigns for the keyword types.
Yep. Thank you again. I think no more questions left. I want to thank you all for attending our webinar, and I want to thank you, Tansu, also joining our webinar. I want to say that we'll continue making webinars on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel for future events. And as I mentioned before, you can join our Discord community to know more about us. And see you all in the next event. Bye bye.
Thanks, Murat. Bye.
Thank you.